The George Zimmerman case becomes more and more complex really every day. In the last couple days, we have this allegation that's probably irrelevant that this cousin of George Zimmerman was molested. But I think what is relevant, and Gabby, I want to hear your take on it, was this impression that she gave to police that the Zimmerman family is racist.
Yeah, it's true. The woman that has allegedly been molested by a George Zimmerman made a couple accounts of how the family had some racial tensions in the background.
To me, as an attorney, I don't think it's relevant at all if his family members harbored any anger, animosity, or racist feelings against African Americans. It is slightly relevant if he did, and she heard him say that, and it may be the reason that he targeted this individual if they can prove it. But in terms of what his family felt, I think there's a lot of people who grew up in a very Republican home and they turn out to be Democrats. So I don't know if that's relevant. I do think that it casts doubt on his character, and I do think that in a case like this where his character and whether or not he's telling the truth is absolutely vital to his defense, things like this certainly don't help in the court of public opinion, and they certainly don't help when he's arguing this stand your ground defense where he has to be believed, and where a judge who decides the stand your ground defense has to determine whether or not he's telling the truth.
And the fact that the judge even allowed, the interview between the cousin who was allegedly molested and the police to air is interesting in itself, because there is no reason really for him to release it. It has nothing to do with the case between George Zimmerman and Trayvon Martin, but I mean, it is a show of character. It does hurt Zimmerman in the end, and it does affect the racial commentary that's been said against him.
That's a very important point, and that is George Zimmerman's attorney, Mark O'Mara, who's a very well-respected attorney, has asked that the judge recuse himself because the judge cannot be fair. This may be an indication that he in fact isn't being fair, because he was the one that signed off on releasing this information and that report, which is really irrelevant to a criminal case, is very damaging, and it destroys Zimmerman's reputation and his credibility. It may in fact end up helping George Zimmerman and his defense team in getting this judge, Judge Lester, thrown off of the case. There is new information constantly coming out in the George Zimmerman Trayvon Martin case. Go to Wild About Trial, download the app, get the Zimmerman Trayvon Martin case, and learn everything you need to know about this case in its entirety, with new reports coming out literally daily.